¿Cómo estamos? ¿Cómo estamos, gente? Thank you so much for that introduction. Preparing for this tonight, I was preparing my remarks. I have one of my biggest cheerleaders, which is my 8-year-old Catalina. So I presented her with my remarks earlier tonight, and she gave me a standing ovation. So here it goes. I actually wrote it down today to make sure I didn't forget anything. Today we're here to celebrate the awardees, but also we're here to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. When the people ask me how I manage to volunteer on so many boards and do all the community work that I do, the answer is pretty simple. It's because of where I come from, my roots, my story, my Hispanic heritage. It's not just something I carry with me. It's who I am in every breath, every step, every effort I make. My wife, on the other hand, would probably just say, I just don't know how to stand up. My beautiful wife is standing up over there. So I grew up watching my parents, Pedro and Reina Lasso, work tirelessly to put food on the table. 3 jobs every single day. That's how much they sacrificed to give our family a chance at something better. I'll never forget the day that ICE raided our family restaurant. I was very young, but the fear and injustice of that moment burned into my heart. But I also remember the power that came from seeing my parents stand up, not just for themselves, but for our entire community. They partnered with Ana Sol Gutierrez, who I think was here earlier today. There's Ana Sol. This is almost 30 years ago. And with Gustavo Torres from Casa. And I have my dad here as well, and we were talking about that earlier. And a lot of what I do today stems from that. So 30 years ago, they protested these racist raids. That's the spirit of my heritage. Standing together, fighting together, building something better together. Growing up, Los Chorros was the only Latino restaurant in the meat area in the beginning, which is hard to imagine now when we probably have about 30 Latino restaurants in a week. So we didn't just serve food, we collected money, clothes, medicine, supplies for those who needed it most. When natural disaster struck Latin America, we raised funds for hurricane and earthquake relief. When families lost loved ones, we helped send their remains back home. That is my Hispanic heritage. Compassion, solidarity, resilience in the face of adversity. My father never went to school, and my mother only made it to 3rd grade, but they lived that American dream. My mother and I used to sell homemade bread door to door in Washington, D.C., just to make ends meet. Those memories remind me that no matter how hard things get, our strength as Latino is in our ability to endure, to strive, and to uplift. Today, as Marisa said, we have over 65 million Latinos in the United States, and we need more representation. We deserve more. As a Salvadoran American, part of the 3rd largest Latino population in the U.S., I couldn't be prouder of our heritage. It's why I give my time and energy to so many causes, because my community raised me to know that success is not measured just by what you achieve, but what you give back. To the Montgomery County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the board, thank you for this honor tonight. But this award doesn't belong to me. It belongs to my parents, Pedro and Reina, who sacrificed everything to give me the opportunities I have today. It belongs to my wife, Tania Lasso, who supports me in all I do. And it belongs to every Latino who wakes up every day working 2 or 3 jobs and yet still finds the time to uplift their community. I grew up surrounded by these leaders, and now it's my turn to be that example for my children and for the future leaders in our community. It is my Hispanic heritage. That is my story. Gracias.